today's video, we will be making the thickest, most delicious smoothie bowls ever.
Smoothie bowls are one of my go-to meals for the summertime. So not only do I eat smoothie bowls in the morning, but I eat them for lunch, sometimes for dinner. They are so delicious, they are so refreshing, tasty, and filled with so many health-promoting nutrients that it's hard not to want to eat them at every meal, especially when it's 100 degrees. So there are a few key things you want to remember when making your ultimate smoothie bowl base. You really want that base to be nice and thick and creamy and to be able to hold your toppings, because it's all about the toppings, right? So in order to have a base that's very thick, you'll want to make sure that all your fruit is frozen. You don't want to put any fresh fruit in because it will, make the consistency of the smoothie a little bit more watery, and in order to get that thick ice cream-like base, you want them all to be frozen. Another key tip is to also minimize the amount of liquid you use when blending your smoothie bowl. So you really just need a splash, a dash, just a bit. So about 1/3 of a cup of whatever plant milk that you use. So let's get started making our smoothie bowl together. The great thing about this recipe is once you have the basic proportions in mind, you'll be able to create anything you want. It's a super easy and creative recipe, and you can use anything that you have on hand. So to start, you'll want 1 frozen banana and then a 1/2 cup of frozen fruit of your choice. In this case, I'm using frozen raspberries and frozen cherries. So a 1/2 cup of frozen raspberries and a 1/2 cup of frozen cherries. And once you have all that, that's pretty much all you need to put in the blender, except for a dash or a splash of milk of your choice. I used coconut milk, I believe, and so you just need about 1/3 of a cup of that in there, and then you're ready to blend it all up. So when you're blending up this much frozen fruit, it has the tendency to get stuck, so you'll want to use maybe some sort of tool or little apparatus to kind of press down the frozen fruit into the blade, and that will make sure that when your fruit is all mixed together, that it comes out with a thick and creamy and consistent base. So now let the fun begin. Now that you have your base all blended up, it's time to just put it in a bowl, smooth it flat, and top it with all the yummy toppings that you can think of. When I make a smoothie bowl, I really love adding tons of granola, tons of fruit, tons of seeds, tons of peanut butter, all sorts of things. So when you are topping your bowl, you want to think about maybe your specific goals that you have in mind. So if you are looking to keep things lighter, you can just add fruit and a little bit of granola. If you are looking to gain weight or put on weight, I add lots of peanut butter. I add more nuts and seeds, more granola, hemp seeds, pumpkin seeds, all sorts of things. Sometimes I get wild and add dark chocolate. I sometimes put some raspberry jam or strawberry jam on top of it just to add a little more sweetness and flavor. And then, of course, like I mentioned before, granola. So you really can make this your very own.
As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed health wellness content, please subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll be notified every time I post a new video, and I will catch you soon.